Hello artists, so today we're going to be using mixed media to create textures and we're going to be experimenting with them today. So let's get started. In front of me I have my sketchbook, and at the top here where it says media I need to put mixed. M-I-X-E-D, mixed media. And I'm going to move my sketchbook kind of off to the side here. I have on my table, I have a piece of little white paper here, just a little one, and then I have a white square. I'm going to be working with my little white piece of paper first to create a texture. There's 3 steps to this experiment, so we're going to pause the video between each step. The first step is creating my textures. So I have texture plates. I'm going to choose 2 that have different textures with them. So I have this one that looks kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a cheetah print or a spotted print. And then I have this one that's like zigzag waves. So I've chosen 2. I'm going to start with my zigzag waves first. I'm going to pick a color of crayon. Doesn't matter what crayon I pick. I think I'm going to do a light blue. And I'm going to hold my paper with one hand, and I'm going to use my crayon to create the texture on top. When I do this, I don't want to do it up and down, and I don't want to do it completely flat. I want to have my crayon at an angle so that I can create the texture. I'm going to hold my paper down with one hand, and I'm just going to go back and forth to create the texture on my paper. I might need to move my fingers around a little bit, but I'm going to try my best not to move my paper around too much. So once I get this part color, I can move my finger back. I'm going to get my whole paper colored. Alright, now that I have one texture done, I'm going to do my second one. I need a new color of crayon. I'm going to use a purple this time. And I'm going to grab my second plate, and again I'm going to hold my paper down with one hand, and I'm going to have my crayon on its side like this when I go to do it. It's kind of at an angle so that when I go to do this I can see both textures. If I mess up, it's okay. I can just retry again. I can just move my crayon to a new angle and try again. I'm kind of moving my fingers around here so that I can get all the corners of my paper. I can go back and forth, or I can just go one direction. However it feels most comfortable to me. Once I feel like I have a good texture, I am able to keep going. I'm going to pause the video while you guys do your textures. Alright, now that I have my textures done, I am going to draw a face on this. For today, we're going to practice drawing a lion's face, but when you do your actual creation, maybe you do a different animal, or maybe it's an imaginary animal. That's kind of up to you. But for today, we're going to practice all together. We're going to grab an oil pastel out of the containers here. There's lots of different colors. Doesn't matter what color you grab today. I'm just using a black one. You can use a different color. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a triangle off the bottom here, just like that. And then I'm going to create up, down lines, jagged lines for my teeth inside. Then I can color those in. I want to make sure that I'm using my oil pastel and getting all of the texture kind of covered up. I can color it over. Alright, now that I have my teeth done, I am going to create a nose right here above my triangle. I'm going to create an upside down triangle for my nose. Just like that. And then again, I'm going to color it in. And then I'm going to put a line connecting the 2. Now I'm going to create the bridge of his nose going up, so I'm just going to do 2 lines, 1, 2, all the way up, and 2 eyes. I think for one eye what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a closed eye, maybe some eyelashes. Maybe yours doesn't have eyelashes. And then for the second eye, I'm going to do just an oval, and I'm going to put an the iris inside, and then make sure I have a dot in the middle for my eyes. Maybe it has an eyelid on it, so maybe I can put an eyelid there. Because my other one has eyelashes, maybe I do another eyelash. I'm going to pause the video while we're going to pause the video while you create your lion face with oil pastels. Now that I have my lion face created here with my oil pastels, and I have drawn everything I need to draw, I am going to glue it onto my piece of paper. So I'm going to turn over my lion face. And when I go to use my glue, remember I need to twist at the top. I need to twist just the orange part. I'm going to use one hand with my glue, and I'm going to create tiny itty bitty baby dots of glue around the corners far apart. Around the corners far apart. This tiny itty bitty baby dots of glue. You can kind of see them here. Alright, and then I'm just going to stick it right in the middle of my paper. Then I can flip my whole paper over and rub the back, massage the back. I'm going to pause the video while you glue down your face. Now that you have your face glued down, we're going to create some other extra things off the side here. Today for our experiment, we're going to use oil pastels again to create some extra lines off the sides of our paper just to make it a little bit more decorative. When we do this, when you do your actual project, you will be able to have lots of pieces of paper that have these textures, so you could cut and glue some other things. But for today, we're just going to make some lines. I'm going to do a mane off the side here. I'm just taking an oil pastel and creating my mane, my lion's mane, my lion's hair. And notice I don't go all the way up to the side. I want to make sure I'm not putting my oil pastel in the glue. So if I used my tiny baby dots of glue, I shouldn't have gotten any glue. I shouldn't have any extra, really a lot of extra glue. Once I have made my lion's mane, I am ready to put it in my sketchbook. I should have a piece of tape by me that I'm just going to take my piece of experimental paper here, and I'm just going to tape it right there. Happy creating!